Hello again, everyone. Since we last left off, well, it's actually been a long time since the last vlog, and I apologize for that. Reason being, Samus, you look naked. It's okay, she's not actually naked. You know, zero suit, because it's practically not a suit, right? The naked, anyway. Reason being, about the, long time, because I was finishing up the time lapse. For comic number 47, I think it was, player, and yeah, my computer almost exploded, so it's not good. So yeah, I couldn't quite pin the bottleneck, but I did upgrade a lot of computer parts recently, just about everything except my PSU and graphics card, so it is running just fine at these new higher resolutions and recording stuff at the same time, so hopefully no more problems. Plus liquid cooling systems and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm working on. I'm working on the last panel. What the hell is supposed to be going on here? Oh, reference! Oh, here we are. Let's see. That one's a pretty good front shot. This is the final panel of comic number 50. You don't have to worry about spoilers. It's, this panel, it's kind of a placeholder, I guess you could say. Oh, okay, so this is supposed to come over here. Huh. Alright. I'll take your word for it. I feel like I'm totally not getting this right. I don't draw Samus enough. People keep asking me to do a Metroid comic, and I guess I should really get around to doing that. Anyway, point is, don't worry about spoilers. It's a placeholder. It's more of a... I mean, in the end, I'm doing this on as a separate document because it's, I'm going to have to angle it, crop it, but I'd like it to be a little wallpaper, maybe for next month or something like that. But, kind of a thanks for 50 comics. Yeah, see? Like the text. Fun stuff. Let's see, new stuff. Yeah, in addition to my computer acting up, everyone's been sick too. I mean, that's kind of... Well, this comic is, I think, in all, including this panel, I think like 17 panels. Which is a lot in the first place, but this final panel, as you can see, is basically going to be a full-blown illustration in itself, so it's taken a bit longer than I'd like to anyway, because, yeah, Lily is... Finally stopping the sick beingness, and I cannot be happier. I mean, I guess I could be. I'd be happier if I had some sleep right now. I have been awake since like a day and a half ago. This magical thing called coffee, have you heard of it? You should try it. It makes it to where you can stay up longer than you probably should. But, sometimes you gotta do that if you want to draw comics and also be a dad. My god. Probably get out a sleeve thing here so Samus doesn't look so naked. Ah. So, but no, seriously, for like 2 months. Tenley was sick, Lily was sick, Tenley was sick, Lily was sick. They were both sick. And then Lily was sick again. Then she had an ear infection, and then literally seamlessly went from an ear infection into some weird disease called hand, foot, and mouth disease. What a lazy name! They couldn't... I mean, it's usually shortened to an acronym, but... Hand, foot, and mouth disease. It sounds like a disease someone would have just made up. It's like, yeah, I've got hand, foot, and butt disease. So, yeah. Kinda can't come into work. But no, they actually made a disease with that name, and Lily's had that, so it's just been really... Mainly it's just been inconvenient. I mean, she had been uncomfortable, and I felt really bad for her, but... everything's getting back on track now, supposedly. I knock on wood, but I don't think I actually have any real wood around here. If I had real wood... I don't think I'd be... I don't know. I think that's, like, expensive, right? Okay, I'm gonna draw her little icon later. So why am I celebrating 50 comics? Why wouldn't I celebrate 100 comics? I mean, you'd think maybe 50 comics isn't that big of a milestone, but I don't know. It's taken me a while to get these out, and I love drawing the comics, and really with a lot of these comics, with the length of them, I feel like with a lot of web comicers out there, they'll do three or 4 panels max, and I don't know, if you consider just raw hours and time and lines and panels, I guess each comic is like 2 or 3's worth, because usually my comics are on average like 9 or 10, right? So it's like 3 comics worth of work in one. So I guess even if I do it weekly, I'm about on schedule. So whatever. I'm celebrating 50. Let me have this. Golly. I really probably shouldn't be drawing Samus when I'm this tired. I don't draw her enough, and I feel like so far I've already had to redraw so many parts of her. Women, right? You get one little line off, and it's the difference between, like, beauty and then man face. I'm not kidding, try it. Well, I mean, I guess really that's kind of the case with anything, but... I guess the PSN, or just came out with Persona 3 FES, like for the PS2. I never really played the Persona series, but I keep hearing good things about them. I can't remember if someone was just blowing air out their bum or if they were telling the truth, but someone said the Persona universe and the Catherine universe are like loosely connected or something like that. I mean, they're done by the same company, so why not? Aliens. Okay, that's fine. Why did I leave this? Yeah, look at that. I've already messed up that. Dang it. You know what? I am just going to leave the rest of her for later, and I'm going to move on to someone with a little more line density. Samus is long, sleek, and simple, which is ever so difficult to execute. We shall come back to your lady legs later. See what that looks like so far. Okay, cool. I really like the way Luigi's turned out here so far. Kinda everyone, except I'm bothered a bit by Captain Falcon's pose here. Just a little bit. And I still, every time I draw him, it seems like I'm giving him a different jaw. Yeah. I am happy though that I've just about solidified KakuJo's design. I've made his hair more standardized, like his bangs are way more clean and sleek. Because before I kind of had like this feathered a bit, where I'd like add some strands of hair here and there. I mean, that's all fine and good, but that totally doesn't match up with the rest of this design. Everything here is like, blocky, clumpy, almost like Dragon Ball Z kind of style looking, and then I have this feathered thing. You know what I mean. Maybe you don't. But just take my word for it. It looks better, I think. It looks much better. Lily's design, or I'm sorry, Ilya's design is actually the one that I'm still working on. She, every time I do a comic with Ilya in it, Lily, her real-life counterpart, is, because she's a toddler, she's almost 2 now, she changes. So I don't know whether to keep drawing her as an infant in a baby carrier or as she is now. It's easier to draw as she is right here, though. So, I might just... I think I'll just stick with what she is now. Alright, let's see, what else do I have? And I bought that Persona game, and I booted up to the start screen maybe 3 times, and I just sat there and stared at it, and I thought, like, oh man, I'm not gonna have, like, enough time to actually get into this. I should just play it later. It's kind of sad how much time I'll actually spend doing that with a game. Is that parenthood? Is that adulthood? I don't know. It's certainly not what I did when I was a kid. I would play games until I was grounded from them. Like Harvest Moon, man, I played that for like 24 hours. Literally straight. I mean, except for food, because come on, I was fat. That's what we do, man. I've also been watching a show recently. I don't know. I thought it was going to be one of those shows that like no one watched, but then apparently it's popular. It's called Archer. A little mature, especially after like the first 5 episodes. It just gets randomly kind of like raunchy or gross. I mean, and I don't know if you're talking. I mean, I'm talking about this in an aspect of, you know, like watching with family or something. Because the first few episodes I watched, it was just like, you know, cursing, some, you know, mature subject material. And then, right on the episode that they decided to get a little more risque, I had my cousin and my little sister over, and I'm like, check out this show, and, you know, I'm like, this show's awesome, and then just, and then by the time I turn it off, they're all looking at me awkward, and I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't plan for this, I'm so sorry. But it's still freaking hilarious. That and Doctor Who, I've never watched Doctor Who before, but I started randomly, and holy crap, got through the first season, they got rid of Christopher Eccleston, I'm so mad. I just, this other doctor is not a doctor, it's too easy. Oh, look at me, I've got brown locks, I look like a dog, it's too easy. No, Christopher Eccleston looked like he could have just been a hobo. You could have assumed anything of him. But no, he was a doctor. I liked it, but no, it's just, And then the guy after this guy that I've seen a picture of him, and then I saw a picture of the original doctors. They're all old people. And then they got these other guys, like slowly, progressively, these doctors get more and more attractive. And what, here in like 3 or 4 more doctors, what are they just gonna have Justin Bieber? I'm the doctor, and then he's gonna ask Selena Gomez to be his partner. I don't like the future. I sound old because the future scares me. The future of Doctor Who. Oh man, I'm having trouble keeping it together. Maybe I should sleep. Maybe I should just, I think I'll just finish this. Some more coffee. Yes. Yeah, sounds like an excellent idea. More coffee. Alright, well that's enough for now. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. And until next video, see you then.